Barbados, get up.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
It's Friday, November 22nd. Morning, Barbados. So good to have you with us on this beautiful Friday. I love to say TGIF. It has nothing to do with my name. Thank God it's Friday. I'm Tisha Hines, and I will be here with you until just around 8 o'clock this morning, along with the entire team. So welcome to those of you joining here in Barbados and anybody else, anywhere else in the world. Phooey to you. I'm lying. No, it's good to have you too. But of course, the best place to be in the world right now is here in beautiful Barbados. There's so much going on, but we absolutely have to start by saying kudos once again to our culinary team who took the biggest award of the entire competition at the Taste of the Caribbean, and they really are having fun with it. I know they've worked very, very hard on bringing that title of best team back home to Barbados. So congratulations to the management and congratulations as well to the BHDA and the team members who all worked together, long hours training to be able to bring the gold back to Barbados. And there are a few other titles, so you know once they get here, we definitely will grab them and bring them here. Don't forget when you head out today to wear your national colors. I'm here looking like the flag myself. I think when people see me today, they'll feel the need to start singing the national anthem. Who knows? I might do that too. Just break out in song. So we wanted to reflect on what has been going on over the last few weeks. You know that we would have previewed a lot of what was coming up with the election in the U.S. And today we're pleased to have some friends to the show. No strangers to Morning Barbados, certainly no strangers to me these days. We meet and interact with people so much on WhatsApp that to see people face to face, it's a little different because I feel like I have conversations with them all the time over the last few years. Melanie Brewer and John Buchert both worked together on the Trump campaign. So it's wonderful to have both of you here. Welcome back to Barbados, first of all.
Appreciate that. And we were fortunate enough to see the Barbados team at Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association the last few days. So we went from Miami to Barbados.
Oh, that's excellent. And what were your thoughts?
They were killing it. They were. Everybody
we were not
was
surprised.
passionate.
They did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They were definitely working on bringing a taste of Barbados to the rest of the world. And it worked out beautifully.
It did.
Yeah? All right. Well, let me start with you, Melanie. First of all, great to see you again.
You too.
I think we've had so many conversations over the last few weeks online, but it's good to sit and have a conversation like this. I know when it comes to politics, it can be very polarizing, so people are very, very kind of stuck in their ways and on their sides, and that is something that is nothing new. That's what politics has always been. So talk to us a little bit about how you came to be able to work with this particular campaign.
Well, and it's interesting because I do think, and I echo exactly what you just said, sometimes people get stuck in their own ways, but I think this year in America, we saw a real differential on policy and personality. We saw one candidate who was able to say, in the past 4 years, I accomplished this. We saw lower taxes under former President Trump. We saw a better economy. We saw more secure borders. We saw a whole bunch of policy. And I don't think that the other side had the ability to say that. We saw higher taxes under the Biden-Harris administration. We saw higher inflation. And I think truly the American people said, it isn't about the person, it's about the policies. And I think that's where the former president was successful in the re-election campaign because the American people just wanted a change at the top.
All right. And you going back to the original question, how you got into...
Oh, how I got into it. I have known... So I started in 2008, and the intention was for me just to kind of dip my toes in, and then I just got sucked in. So I worked on congressional campaigns, and then I did leave to go back to the private sector for a little bit, but I got pulled back in just because the excitement of the industry, and it truly is like a good chess game, right? You're waiting for the other side to make their move, and then you're planning kind of your response and everything. So it's an odd profession, but it's hugely rewarding at times.
For you, John, you know, talk to us about kind of being a part of this campaign from an insider's perspective.
I very much enjoy the behind the scenes portion of it. To Mel's point, you know, the chess match that it, you know, as far as the strategies and that are concerned. And there too, I think what a lot of people lose track of is when you turn on the news and you see these you know, big name politicians and whatnot, they lose track of the fact that they're real people. They have families, they have real, you know, the same problems that you and I do. So managing schedules and managing, you know, personalities ultimately is pretty much the gist of the job.
All right, so you know, the system of government is so different from ours in the U.S. However, when it comes to, I would imagine, campaigning, the approach must be similar. So if we look at the various counties that make up then the various cities that then make up the states, it's kind of like parishes, well, communities, parishes, you know, on steroids,
Right.
if we think about it in comparing it to Barbados. So, you know, to break it down for us or people who might not understand how that works, I know that you were responsible for, you know, very particular, very, very specific counties and being able to share that message. Unfold that for us.
So I think specific to American politics, but I think it's applicable everywhere, you may have people in one county or one parish that are focused on one issue, right? It may be a road construction that has been happening in Bathsheba for a very long period of time, where the people living in that area just want to see it happen and you know, get accomplished. And so similarly speaking, for us, we divvy things up by counties and portions of the state in order to make sure that that person working on the ground for that campaign can accurately represent those folks and report back to the campaign, you're way off message, or these folks are responding well to that message.
Interesting. Now you worked along with many familiar names to the U.S. Congressman Mike Kelly specifically. So, you know, what's it like working with these people who are well known, not only throughout the U.S., but on the international stage based on what they're doing, seeing them in Congress, hearing them talk all of the time. What's it like campaigning for people like this, you know, at that level?
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, kind of back to my same point, you know, they're real people. So in Pennsylvania, where we operate out of, there's 67 counties. So trying to get a message out to so many people is really the mission, and to address the various problems that people are dealing with in their particular region, I think is really the key to the success of any major politician.
When I think specific to the figureheads, there's no other way to call it, right? Like somebody that is recognizable, there's a different approach to, in the United States Congress, there's 435 of them. So the intention is to say the folks in New York City aren't going to have the same concerns as Western Pennsylvania as they maybe will in Northern Florida. So it's really truly a representation of the American public from that district that elected official is from. So it's a cool experience because you can actually learn about all of the different cultures that are even within what people would deem as one culture, right? And it's just learning about people, and it's learning maybe the issues that they're facing on that occasion.
Now, the interesting thing about the system of governance that you employ in the U.S. is there are specific states that are referred to, for the lack of a better term, as the states that will help a president win.
Swing states.
Swing states that will help the president win the election. And this particular area where you were working was deemed one of the areas that they really needed to hone in on to kind of get the numbers that the Republican Party needed. So was the approach a little different, given that one of the counties that you represented really was like a bellwether of sorts for the nation?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a lot of big name politicians on the campaign trail, specifically targeting where we live and work. So they recognize the importance of those votes in particular. And the way Pennsylvania breaks down, because you have Philadelphia, which is largely, Democrat. You have Pittsburgh, which are the two big population hubs, and then which is also considered Democrat. And then the rest of the state is largely Republican, except for Erie County, which is where we operate out of. So how Erie County votes typically is going to be the tipping point as far as how the state goes.
They call it the nation's bellwether. So, and I don't remember the exact year, but I think since the dawn of time, Erie County, however Erie County votes for the presidential, so goes the presidential race. So Donald Trump won Erie County by 1%, as he did throughout the nation. And we believe that's because it's a 50-50 split, 50% Republican, 50% Democrat. So the messaging component to get that person to feel compelled to say, I'm registered Democrat, but I more align with this person, or I'm registered Republican, but I'm more aligned with this person. It's truly about the ground game at that point.
Now, we're told that the election saw record voter turnout in that particular county. I think for us, being outside of the U.S., and I've had experience of being on the ground where there was an election, so I know that the messaging on the ground is very, very different, particularly as you move from state to state or county to county. There are very, very specific ads targeted at specific geographies or areas or counties or what have you. But from the outside, what we hear is what the press, the mainstream press, would push, which oftentimes is a whole other message from what's being shared on the ground. So based on how you were able to kind of engage and interact, what were you hearing and seeing in Erie County? Because another thing that came up is that a lot of unionized workers who usually vote for the Democratic Party kind of broke ranks and voted Republican.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We got absolutely inundated with political ads, whether it be television, digital, mailers, and you talk to people, and it's after a while they get so sick of taking their mail and going directly to their recycling bin with these mailers without even reading them. People just get burnt out. But the messaging was very clear. The financial resources of the candidates were very specifically targeted, and we saw a great deal of it. I can tell you on November 6th, I was happy to turn on the television and not see 15.
Well, and I think all of America was. But I also think it was about showing up. I mean, we had, July 13th, specific to the congressman's district, we also represent Butler County. And so the former president showed up on July 13th, which was the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump at the time. And so then he showed back up to Butler County on October 5th, and he showed up to Erie County, and he kept just showing up. And I think the American people saw a candidate that wasn't going to tire, he wasn't going to give up. It was just about showing up. And that's what the American people, I think, really grasped onto.
Are there any moments throughout the campaign in kind of you're in there, your feet are in the mud, I mean, because that's what it is. And you're getting in there. Are there any moments that really stand out for you? I mean, you just mentioned an attempted assassination, and we heard about a subsequent incident as well. But I want to hear about any specifics that really stayed with you.
I think, in my personal opinion, just seeing the average American voter who was just motivated. Traditionally speaking, in the turnout numbers, we don't see turnouts like that for general elections in the States. And it's sad because people in the military have fought to protect the freedoms of the United States and the right to vote. And I think people were just motivated. So for me, it was just seeing that motivation to get out and really cast their vote.
And for you, John?
I would say for one specific event, when President-elect Trump returned to Butler, kind of to reclaim that space. There were 75,000 people in that crowd, and I was taken aback simply with the notion that I'm witnessing history. This is something that our children's children are going to hear about in school. So it was a special moment for me.
All right, I want to thank you both for coming in and sharing with us. And I think it's important for us to share a balanced perspective. A lot of the times we hear what's happening in the press, and many people echo those views. So it's good to have you on, people who have been on the campaign trail and who are willing to come out and share. Now is to see what's happening with the pudding.
Well, we appreciate that. And you look beautiful in your Barbados flag outfit.
You feel like singing the national anthem?
I do.
If she knew it, she would. All right, thank you so much, Melanie Brewer and John Buchert, sharing with us. They both worked on the campaign in Pennsylvania for President Trump. And you're going to be seeing them a lot more in the coming weeks as well, and hearing more about them, as they're the faces behind the Away Together app that's been used here in Barbados in the hospitality industry in great measure. So thank you both. Enjoy your stay.
We will.
Yeah, they're practically Barbadians. So.
Yeah.
We're one banks away.
One bank's away.
All right, time for our first break here on Morning Barbados, but lots more is coming up on this Friday. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so welcome back to Morning Barbados. I'm really excited it's Friday. I don't know why, because I still have to work, but maybe there are some people who will have the weekend also. More power to you. There's lots happening this weekend. We're going to make sure you know about everything coming up. But I'm really happy to have us joining us now, Cheryl Willoughby, who is Director of the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit in the Office of the Attorney General. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you as well.
I haven't seen you for a minute, but of course, you know, we hear the names in the news and so on, so you feel so familiar. And then it's like, well, I feel like I haven't seen you for years.
Well, you're still there working very hard in the communities across Barbados, making sure that young people are empowered. And also we are conducting our research so that Allison's department can benefit from the findings so that they can target the specific high-risk areas that they need to with their crime prevention initiatives.
Absolutely, and empirical data is really the key. It's important that you know what you're doing. Alison Roach-Plummer is Director of the National Crime Prevention and Reduction Unit in the Office of the Attorney General. It's good to see you too, Alison.
Good to see you, Tisha. It's really good to see you for so long.
Back within these
walls.
I wish I could say 4 walls, but there are more than 4.
Yeah. Feels like I'm back home again.
Yeah, but great to have both you ladies here with us in this Crime Awareness Month.
Yes.
And of course, is to talk about a number of activities that will be taken on. Before we do that, though, Alison, bring us up to scratch on the work that you're doing with the Attorney General's office. I think that's really important to really, hear what's happening behind the scenes.
Tisha, we've been working hard alongside our colleagues with criminal justice, again, as she said, to get the data so that we can plan and execute the correct programs to ensure that the youth are empowered, that they're trained up, that you sustain, that you work with them, engage them. And that's what we've been doing over the last year or so, just to ensure that all the information we can get and we can gather and assimilate together, working together on the ground to ensure that the voiceless is heard, those that are on their knees, there's someone standing up with them, and that the youth are engaged, not just engaged, but engaged, empowered, and trained. And that's important. And to know them. Some people speak about youth as though they don't know them. Know them. And that's important. Know what they want. Know what they're asking for. Know what they want to get and where they want to get.
Yeah, I think that's it's important. To have them talking or sharing.
Yes.
And a lot of the times we hear a lot of people saying what they think the youth need, what they think young people want, what they think young people are happy about or not. But it's important to talk to them. I know different research methods will be employed depending on the population that you're targeting or what you're looking to accomplish. So generally, how do you go about gathering this information, this data that we're talking about?
We work with all the criminal justice agencies and collect the data. What we have been doing in the past 2 years, we've launched the Barbados Crime Observatory. It's a data management hub where we input data from all the agencies, from the police right back through to the prison. And based on that, we generate reports. Also, we conduct qualitative research where we go into the prison and we speak actually to inmates about their criminogenic experiences, their needs, what were some of the risk factors. We go into the communities, we meet with the guys on the blocks and we speak with them about some of their risk factors, some of their needs. And based on our information, the information garnered from our research, we then work not only with Allison's unit, but we work with all the other agencies so that they can plan strategies to address some of their weak areas. For example, we've recently highlighted a piece of research we did to examine recidivism in Barbados, reoffending. And we found that maybe the prison may need to strengthen their rehabilitation programs because there is a link between recidivism and rehabilitation. If you're not rehabilitated, you're going to reoffend when you leave the prison because some of the risk factors have not been addressed in prison. So that's what we're doing, and that's part of the activities that we have for next week, where we are meeting with the prison staff as well as probation and all those other agencies that work with inmates, so that they have an idea of what they need to focus on in order for us to see a reduction in the number of young people who are reoffending.
All right, so a very targeted approach.
Yes.
Now, for Crime Awareness Month, the theme is engaging youths to prevent offending and reoffending, which is right up there in what you said, and it ties fully into the work that you're doing. So quickly mention, some of the targeted initiatives, and then let's get into the week of activities.
Yes. One of those things we would have really wanted to engage youth with is it's called Elevate the Peace, where we actually went into communities on the ground, spoke to persons, found out what it is that they wanted to do, where it is we needed to be. And some of the persons that we interacted with said exactly what Director Willoughby said. Some of them have been incarcerated, came up, but there wasn't anything for them to do. What was it? And some of them are highly skilled, well educated, but they seem as though, what more can we offer to society, to Barbados, to help us as well be more empowered to do more? And we've had several programs throughout the last year. We've had the parenting program. We've had initiatives that again touch the actual lives of these people that we're working with. And most of what we have seen, Tisha, is that they have been very responsive to it, and engaging with us. There's not been anyone so far that we've interacted with that have not said how the programs have actually benefited them or benefit their families as well. One that comes to mind is Build Your Own Door, where we had one of the inmates who had been incarcerated for 13 years. He went into the program within 4 days of coming home, Arlington, and he was also a NIFCA. He was a NIFCA awardee. That speaks to the level of not only commitment, but the level of engagement that we could have been able to meet him there, came out, and was in a program within days, Tisha.
All right, so that's important, first to highlight these things. And this is a much deeper conversation that we can have that we can't possibly get through here on Morning Barbados, but it's important that we share with people what's happening behind the scenes, because a lot of the times, as I mentioned in the previous interview, we hear all the fluff and flair that's happening in the media, but we don't necessarily know what's happening behind the scenes, and it can create a different view of what's going on. So what are some of the activities to mark the month that are coming up?
Well, next Tuesday we have, as I mentioned before, we have a workshop targeting probation officers, prison officers, and all persons working in the penal system, to look at recidivism and how best we can sit and strategize how we can plan initiatives that will enable young people, as Alison said, not to reoffend. And the theme coming out here is second chance, giving persons an opportunity to self-actualize and be the best that they can be. So we'll be meeting with them next Tuesday to present our findings, as well as to sit and plan with them some strategies going forward. And on Saturday, which is tomorrow, we are going to have an activity. Maybe Alison would like to share a bit on that too as well. But it will be an award ceremony where we will be focusing on the positives that our young people are engaged in and rewarding them in a tangible way for the work that they continue to do within our communities. I keep stressing that not all young people are involved in crime. Even those that are involved in crime, they want a second chance, and when they're released, they want an opportunity to show Barbados that they can do much better than they did before. So we will be rewarding them tomorrow at Accra.
Yes, Accra Beach Hotel.
Right, and some of the programs that Alison spoke about, Build Your Door, etc., those persons will be rewarded tomorrow, as well as on Friday. On Friday, we have a community social at Hoyts Playing Field. We are inviting all Barbadians to come out and see a cultural showcase of talent. We are going to have
some football,
drummers. We are going to have stilt walkers. You name it, we are going to have it. A T10 match. A T10 match. Central versus a team from Holders Hill. We are going to have some football match as well.
Let's bring communities together. If I can go back quickly though, Tisha, last Saturday we would have gone to Kensington Mall where we engage youth in all different disciplines. We had a makeup competition. We had men making fish cakes. We had draft. We had dominoes. We had a karaoke. But what it was, again, and backgammon, to bring young people together, to engage them, to see that persons can come together in a safe environment, feel safe, have fun, and be rewarded. And what we want to do tomorrow, again, as director said, was reward those who committed, stayed committed, completed it, achieved it, and now moved on to the next stage of it. And that's important, Tisha. They follow through, they follow up. It is always important to ensure you don't just leave them. You work with them, sustain them to a point where you can just then let them go. And it's, again, making it a safer Barbados, a more wholesome community. And that needs work. Yes, but we've been working with it. And working alongside together. The Prime Minister says many hands
make light work.
And that is so true, especially evident here with us right now.
Absolutely. So it has to be a whole of community approach. Let us continue this conversation maybe in other quarters, but I think that we definitely need to be able to share this information with the general public in a more meaningful way than just tidbits. I want to thank both of you ladies for taking the time to come in with us this morning. I know sometimes it can be a challenge to get up this early, particularly when you're not accustomed to. Cheryl Willoughby is Director of the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit, and Alison Roach Plummer is Director of the National Crime Prevention and Reduction Unit, both working out of the Attorney General's office. So a special good morning to everybody in the Attorney General's office and the people working behind the scenes to fight crime in all types of ways,
and prevent
as we kind of look on and prevent crime as well. Thank you both.
Thank
you very much.
All right, and listen up for more here on Morning Barbados and across the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation as well. We'll be right back after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited, and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies home series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It is 6:37 already, so if you need to get through that door and be on time, make it. Trust me, everybody in Barbados has a car and they're all leaving home at the same time. That's certainly how I feel. There used to be a rush hour, now it's all day. So just be careful and don't leave home so late that you feel like you have to rush, because we know you're going to have to wait if you have an accident. So fingers crossed that there are no accidents at all in Barbados today. I'll check in with Master Control in Bridgetown and report on it next Monday, all right? So I'm really happy to have Errol Griffith joining us now. He's President and People Development Specialist with the Power of Choice. I know you've heard about that. And Sandra Goodridge is Principal of the Coleridge and Parish School. And I can hear the cheers happening in the background because I have some alum of CP here, and I knew it would be cheers as soon as I said the school's name. So wonderful to have both of you, with us here today.
Thank you.
And I was joking with Principal Goodridge that I only get to see her around sports time, but it's good to have you sitting with us this morning to talk a little bit about the power of choice, how you're working along with the Coleridge and Parish School to bring those students along with your philosophy. So let's start with you, Errol. First of all, good to see you as well. We talk a lot more on the phone than we see each other in person. But, what is the basis of the power of choice?
The basis is a number of fundamental truths that every single one of us has free will. And as a result, we have the ability to manage our thoughts, our emotions, our words, and our actions. And the belief is that the more people understand this, the more fulfilled their life can be, the happier and the more peaceful they can be. And so there are a number of messages, each sequential, which is to be able to help anyone whatsoever who chooses to embrace them and live them, to have true, genuine peace on the inside. You know, you look beautiful today in your yellow and white.
Thank you.
And your blue pants. And how many people are going to be wearing and trying to look independent? Yeah? But are you really independent on the inside? And is your spirit, is your mind, is your heart brighter or as bright as the shirt that you have on and the blue pants? And too often we're trying to project something on the outside and don't realize that we can use the same effort to have it projected on the inside and then radiate out and then hopefully be able to influence many. And so what happened is that Principal Goodridge saw the 10 power choice messages in another school, and she's been on our case for a while. I want these messages in the school that I lead. And so we were just able with some partners to be able to do it. And so we're happy. Wherever a door opens, we want to walk through.
Yeah, well, Errol, you just preempted my next question because I was about to ask Principal Gordon, how did Errol convince you to go with the power of choice? But it seems that you were well on board.
I have heard about the messages. I've heard about them. I've read things in the newspaper. But I was actually at the Darrell Jordan Secondary School. I think we went for a speech day, and I saw all these messages, and I realized, wait a minute, so they're in schools? So I contacted him, and I said to him, I really wanted him to come to Coleridge and Parish. Initially, we couldn't find a sponsor because they're expensive. However, he came, and he was able to speak to year groups, to tell them about them. And so that's how it was introduced, actually in the last school year. And the children, they responded pretty well. They asked questions. They were happy to have him there, and I thought that what he was saying was important. I'm sure they're not going to remember all 10, but just to know that they'll remember at least one that can influence them positively. So we approached about the banners, and as I said, this is over a year now, but at the break, we got our gift. So the students went home at midterm break without seeing any banners. They came back and the banners were up.
What's the reaction been like?
Well, it was good on the day. We actually brought Errol in on the second day, the Tuesday after midterm, and he would have been able to speak to them. The response, I thought, was much better from the first formers who'd never met him yet. The seconds to fifth would have been exposed to him last year, but the first formers were extremely good. They participated too, but the first formers, one boy blessed my heart. At the end, we were saying thank you to Errol, and he said, "Ma'am," from the audience, "Ma'am, can I say something?" And we said yes. And he came right up on stage, asked for the microphone, and thanked him personally on behalf of the school. And I really thought we've reached one. You know, I think that it's important that they can see something. We have visual learners, and they're up in the hall, so everybody can see them. They go sequentially from 1 to 10. Some of them are longer than others and not necessarily easy to remember. But what I also liked is that some students asked permission to take out the phones that they're not supposed to have to take photos with the banners. So they would go by their banner, you know, especially juniors again. So I was very pleased with the response. That's something obviously that we'll have to continue to push, but the initial response was really good.
Wonderful. Errol, these partnerships are very important to not only get the message out, but to try to work in the prevention of what we talked about in the last segment. Really helping young people to be able to own their choices and understand you know, that there are repercussions for their choices. And I know that your messaging kind of goes sequentially in line with that. What are your hopes in partnering with schools for the power of choice message overall?
We want to partner with anyone whatsoever. And so we're just thankful that Principal Goodrich saw them, believed in them, and saw the benefit of them being part of the culture and the thinking and mindset at the school. But we'll do this anywhere, whether school, whether in a social organization, whether in a business, doesn't matter. The whole hope is that we can play a part in people together, individually, transforming themselves and their lives in Barbados. And we want to go beyond Barbados. But, you know, I just use an example. I was speaking to a young lady yesterday, okay? We were on a radio program some years ago, and she texted on the radio program. She said, "This changed my life. If I hadn't been exposed to the power of choice in a prefect seminar, I would be in prison right now." That's her real story. And we communicated, and she explained what happened. Something happened, and she felt like she would kill this person. And she said it hit her where it stopped. The problem is not the person, the problem is me. And if I do this, there's a consequence. And then saying, I don't want the consequence. And we were WhatsApping yesterday because another media house wants to do a story about her. And so she gave them permission. But so I asked her, what are you doing now? She's a teacher.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She's 25 years old.
Yeah, that's a great story. And it says that you've been kind of shoulder to the wheel for quite some time, but it continues because you have to continuously welcome new people on board. I'm happy the first farmers at CP were so excited. Thank you both for sharing with us. The time goes quickly,
thank you.
But we most certainly will continue sharing the messages as well. I know CBC was one of the first places that really jumped on board.
No, the first, not
sharing.
one, the first.
Yeah, I was, you know, I didn't want to make any assumptions here. But thank you both for coming in.
Sure, thank you.
I look forward to seeing you, Principal.
Yes, in a few months.
In a few months
yes,
for sports season.
For sports
but
season.
A special good morning to everybody, students, parents, ancillary staff, you know, everybody, alum at CP School. I know Pearson is probably somewhere shouting as well.
Yes.
So, you know, congratulations to you. And we look forward to hearing wonderful things from the Coleridge and Parish School. Again, thank you both for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, time for another break, but there's so much more to come here on Morning Barbados. You know today we're moving quickly, but we're getting all that information in that you need. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning. morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome back to Morning Barbados. We're heading quickly toward the 7 o'clock hour. Of course, at the top of the hour, we're going to give you a little bit of an update of the news. Full package coming here on TV8 around midday. It's wonderful to have back with us this morning, joining us, Carrie Birch, co-founder, executive director and producer with 13 Degrees North Productions. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good morning.
And she's brought along some good friends. Kashka Motley is second vice president of the Barbados Film and Television Association. And he's trying to convince me this is his first time on TV. Somehow, I'm not convinced, but we'll see. Welcome.
Very much so.
Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And welcome to Naima Mahamood, who is an award-winning Somali-Finnish writer, director, and former BBC journalist. So it's wonderful to have you on Morning Barbados as well.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Set the scene for us, Carrie.
Yes.
So you're partnering. I know that you and Kirk played a major role in the Barbados Film and now Television has been added association, and you're still moving forward together to be able to not only produce but share and bring the industry together.
Yes.
Talk to us about what's next.
So next week, Friday, we're going to be having a screening and an industry mixer. It came about when I met Naima. As you said, Naima is a Finnish director and writer, and I'm going to let her tell her story, but basically she's here in Barbados, and we thought in the spirit of collaboration that it would be amazing if we were able to, screen her film and also bring some filmmakers together. So when we met with Naima, obviously over Zoom, we came up with this idea, and we thought, well, we should bring on the BFTA because the BFTA has the membership, and also the BFTA has, the membership could grow. So we felt if we do this screening and if we do this industry mixer, they'll be able to get, to build up their membership, because it's really, like you said, it's about bringing the industry together, the players in the industry together, and also people who want to be in the industry there.
Absolutely. It's all about collaboration. What do you believe this will do for the BFTA, Kashka?
Well, I think it's a great initiative. It would allow a lot of people who are outside of the membership, especially, to come in to mingle with our members to see what the BFTA is about, and get their feet wet in the film sector. I think this was a great opportunity for BFTA to grow and to expose the general public to the film sector. It's such a great growing industry, and of course, Naima's film will be screening, so that will also be great. I personally can't wait to see it. So yeah.
How important is kind of cross-cultural collaboration for you, Naima? Working with the BBC, I would imagine that kind of set the tone for the way you think in terms of being able to get your message out, if only because they reach out specifically to different regions of the world, targeted messages, but a very, very vast empire, if I can call it that. So, how important is it for you to be able to share your film and your knowledge and so on with other parts of the world?
That's an excellent question. I think it's really, really important to do that, and not just as a person from Africa who grew up in the West, but also as a BBC journalist. So I was specifically BBC Africa journalist, which means that covering Africa and also the diaspora. So I'm really interested in telling stories and hearing stories from Black and Brown communities. So that is kind of sort of what I am personally very interested in, because at the end of the day, when we really think about it, it is the stories that are not necessarily, in mainstream Western media. We don't see that often, but at the core of it, it's all human stories. So it's just trying to find what is it that is interesting about Black and Brown communities and the stories, and then bringing them into mainstream media. So that's kind of sort of like my interest.
And it really has been refreshing to see that throughout the years. I came into broadcasting at a time where there was still a BBC Caribbean leg, and I remember when that particular leg was kind of phased out, and it made a major difference to us. At that time I worked on 900 AM, so we really leaned heavily on the BBC, and we saw the solid follow from the public. They looked forward to hearing a lot of these stories of people from around the world without the kind of Western spin. I find that with the BBC you get that a lot. So we look forward to hearing more about that film and most certainly seeing it. But for you, Carrie, talk about the shape that the presentation will take, the mixer along with you know, the screening. Yeah.
Okay, so the idea also when it came about is, you know, 13 turned 10 this year. So we are celebrating every month. So something has to happen every month. So this was actually perfect. So for the night, we're starting at 6 o'clock. The night ends at 9. And what you will be, we're going to give you some treats upon entering. We are going to have our speeches from 13, also from the BFTA. And then we're going to go straight into our screenings. And we have a surprise screening in there, so I can't say what that is. But right after that, we'll do the introduction of Naima and her film, and then we do question and answer for her, as well as general industry talk. Because again, like I say, in the vein of collaboration, in the vein of educating people who might want to get into the industry, we want everybody to be able to, you know, have their say, talk a little bit about whether it's their struggles in the industry, whether it is their triumphs in the industry, correct? We just want to give people a space where everybody, you know, could connect.
And share with like-minded people. So I think the word this morning is collab.
It is.
It definitely is. You know, what are your hopes for this mixer? We talked a lot about the collabs, but who are you targeting specifically? Because I heard Carrie talk about people who want to maybe break into the industry as well, coming out, as well as industry experts or people who are working in the industry. So, you know, what are your hopes, you know, coming out of this particular collaboration?
Well, we're hoping, one, to just get some more increased participation amongst the members. I think it's a great opportunity for them to network within the profession. That's something that I believe across most professions is very hard to do, but especially in the film sector, in the film industry. A lot of people work on productions that are siloed from other productions, and they tend not to cross paths. So this is what we're hoping for, is an opportunity to give everyone to grow and collaborate, as that's the word for the morning. But it's important for persons who want to get into the film sector, who dream of doing their own short film or major length film and don't know where to start. We're hoping for participation across the board, all ages, young persons, older persons, anyone who's seeking to get into the industry or maybe pivot from photography or writing short stories into screenwriting, whatever the case is. I feel that this is a perfect place for them to start, a perfect place for them to meet their future mentor, their future co-worker, their future collaborator, whatever the case may be.
Excellent. And for you, Naima, without giving away too much about the film, kind of defeat the purpose of the screening, you know, talk to us about your film that will be screened here in Barbados, you know, for a very specific audience.
So it's a family film, and it's a comedy about racism. It's a comedy about divorce. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it translates to a more mature audiences as well. So basically it's about a young girl who thinks her parents are divorcing, and so with the help of her best friend they try to stop the divorce. And I wrote it for my sister's kids. She was going through divorce and the children were taking it very badly. And I thought, you know what, instead of having all these films talking about how it's happily ever after when 50% of marriages, you know, unfortunately fail, why not focus on that and tell a story where, you know, it's a happy, fun film, but it is about divorce.
All right, interesting stuff. Where, when, I think is by special invitation.
So some people is by special invitation, such as yourself, but it is out it's open to the public.
Okay.
However, they do have to register. So we are, if you go on 13 Degrees North IG page, our Facebook page, the BFTA's IG page as well, you'll see the poster for it and the link for registration. It is next week Friday, so that's the 29th of November, and it's being held at Pelican House, which is the former Export Barbados office on Princess Alice Highway. But you have to register because the space is limited.
How do we register, Carrie?
So you have to go on the IG page.
Okay.
Our IG pages so this is 13 Degrees North on IG.
13 Degrees North.
13 Degrees North on IG, as well as Facebook. And we are the BFTA on Instagram as well. And you'll find the poster there along with the link for registration.
I follow both. I'm just writing to make sure we remember your final quick message for those watching about why they should come out and be a part of it. I think for us in the TV business, it can be a call to action as well for more people to get involved.
Well, maybe I should look directly into the camera. I'm speaking to all of you. My main message would honestly be that this is a perfect time for you to get into the industry if you're not a part of it, for you to learn more about the industry. And for those who are in the industry, this is a perfect time for you to meet others, to meet people that you can collaborate with again. It's a great opportunity for you to step out of your comfort zone and mentor others. And honestly, we have the screening, we have all of these things going on, and just come out, have a good time, and really let's build up this sector. There's a lot of potential. Let's do what we can.
Absolutely. I want to thank you three for coming in and sharing with us. I look forward to seeing that film. And as Kashka said, there's much we can do together to be able to build the industry. We see a lot of productions going on now, more so in the Caribbean, but not many originating from the Caribbean. I think we need to move to change that narrative, and this can be a great start to that. So see you next Friday. Make sure you get on to 13 Degrees North, Instagram page, IG for BFTA, and register. Hey, time for another break on Morning Barbados, but there's so much more coming up. We're going to pack it all into the next hour, so stay tuned.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited, and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the community this Thursday.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, this morning we're literally down the road. I have to say a special good morning and welcome. Again, we told you all about the Spirit of the Nation show last weekend. It was fantastic. So we had the crew from St. Lucie in yesterday. This morning, we are really pleased to have a kind of a mixed bag on Morning Barbados. So a special good morning to you, Petra Ramsey, for taking second place as committee member for St. Thomas at the 2024 show. We congratulate you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Also here we have Raphael Marshall for taking third place as attendant of the year for Christchurch. We salute you.
Thank you. Good morning to you as well.
Good morning and welcome back. And Shamilia Scanterbury took the top spot as committee member of the year for St. Lucie.
Good morning.
You all say St. Lucie for the show this year, but you guys have been taking so many titles. I mean, we had the crew in yesterday from St. Lucie as well, and 4 years on. So congratulations to the committee on the work that you've done. But take us to the night of the show. How were things? How did it unfold for you?
It was nerve-wracking. It really was, to see not only for St. Lucie, but to see all of the attendants and their wards build up from the beginning straight up to that show. It was a really lovely thing to see their development from beginning until the end, and to see the progress that they have made, and not only for St. Lucie, but all of the other parishes as well.
Now, Committee of the Member of the Year obviously is a title that you don't get on the night of the show. It calls for the work that you would have been doing behind the scenes and leading up to throughout the year.
Yes.
So talk to us about what you've been able to do that you feel has given you this title.
Being creative, finding new ways to reach out to the residents of St. Lucie. We went out of the box. Instead of doing our normal community connect, we did things like we use flashcards. I have some here that I can show you. We use flashcards where we did just, you find the place exactly.
Not by corner. Oh
yes,
my God.
by corner. We have
I'm
those.
loving it.
So then at the back, then we would have little information on. When you find them, you will have little information. So then to do that, to reach out, that game worked with the young and the old. So to give the younger generation some information on how your residents, how your community got its name, it was a way that we connected with them. Also with pushing, we still continued our project. We did not have a project this year, but we continued from last year with our give back. So then we took a step further. Instead of just giving one time, we did it twice within this year. So we did more than what we set out to do. Also with creating the posters, the flyers, the brochures, we did a lot.
My goodness, so there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes.
Yes.
And a lot of the creativity coming from the committee members. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
For that amazing work. For you, Raphael, attendant of the year, you were here before on Morning Barbados. And, you know, we had an attendant who said to me is somewhat of a pastoral type role that you take on. So, you know, what was the experience like for you throughout the year?
Yes, throughout the year, it's a lot of work that you have to put in, making sure that your ambassadors are up to speed with what's going on, getting to their appointments on time, and as well as going out in the community and connecting with the community. So it's a lot of work that you have to put in. And then on the night of the show, then it's like double work because you're trying to make sure that they're on cue, they're dressed, and ready. So it's a lot of work.
I can just imagine, but you came out on top.
Well, third place.
That's on top. You know.
I can't do my other people like that.
You came out as a part of the top 3, if you want me to say that, and I think that says a great deal about, you know, the way you approached the job, because sometimes when we look at these roles that are voluntary roles, we don't often get people who are all in, because you might not be paid for it, but it's wonderful to see community practitioners, because that's who you are, really just putting your foot into this soup. Right, that is just Spirit of the Nation, community, independent celebrations. That has now become like a year-round thing. For you, Petra, you know, you took 2nd place as a committee member. Again, talk to us about what that meant for the St. Thomas Parish Independence Committee, having members who were so dedicated. Specifically, what you were able to contribute to the team.
Okay, firstly, I have to say congrats to the entire team because we worked collectively. But as chairperson, we put our heads together and we came up with various ideas as we were tasked by the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat. For us in St. Thomas, we focused on getting back into the community, and one of the hallmarks that we would have implemented would have been our health checks, which we did quarterly. As we have so many NCDs, that was one of our key points for the residents, to have various health checks where we had registered nurses come in, do blood pressure, sugar testing, your weight, etc. And also a bit brief of counseling, you know, to say, hey, your blood pressure is too high, your sugar level, you need to do A, B, C, D. But for us, it was really getting back into the community. For St. Thomas, for years, you really didn't hear about us. So our drive really was to engage the communities with our walkthroughs and different events. But we really focused on the health of the people, and even going back to the nursing home that we would have started last year and giving back to the patriarchs and the matriarchs of St. Thomas. So it was exhilarating for us as well.
Good stuff. Again, you know, as you mentioned, it really is a team approach and a whole of team effort, and it's great to see different colors sitting on the couch because we have been, you guys have been separated in terms of coming on Morning Barbados and sharing, so it's good to see different colors. For people looking on, we always need new blood, we always need new people to join, so each of you, very quickly, from the St. Lucie Parish Independence Committee and through you, to new people who might be looking on and thinking, you know, I'd love to be an ambassador next time around, I would love to be a part of the committee. Your message to them from the St. Lucie PIC.
Yes, it would be a lovely program for you to join. Come along and join. It helps with your development, both personal and professional. It will help you in ways that you would not imagine. It can help you grow with your growth and your spirit.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Shamilia. Well said. What about you, Raphael? Talk to me from the people of Christchurch, for people looking on. What's your message for them about maybe being a part of the committee going forward?
Yes, we're looking for your support. We need the support to help build out our community. It's a great developmental program. Whatever you come in to do, you're going to be trained on how to do it well. So come on. As long as you have that spirit of volunteerism and giving back to your community, come out and support.
Good stuff. Tricia just appeared. That's what happens when you're from St. Andrew. Yes. You're able to just poof So welcome. I know you're trying to catch your breath. These early mornings can be grueling.
Very,
so
grueling.
second place for Attendant of the Year. What we were going through is the work that you've put in to be named Attendant of the Year. So give us your general feelings about what you have been able to do to get this title.
Okay, so not being adjudged the most outstanding, I still feel like we had a personal victory because the program initially was about development of young persons and development of community. The aim this year was to rekindle community pride. And I really think that we really hit the goal this year with regards to re-embracing, reigniting the community. I had 2 young parish ambassadors, and I can really say that I saw them develop before my eyes, and they would have really developed before my community. And I'm proud to say that we had our personal victory.
For sure. And you're one of the parishes that's been able to kind of bring the entire country along for your for some of your parish initiatives, and that says a great deal as well about the work that you're putting in. Yes, and it really can be a beacon for the others to follow. I know you each have very positive and good things going on. And finally, from you, Petra, your message for people who might be looking on and want to be a part of the Parish Independence Committee, or maybe be an ambassador or what have you in 2025.
I would encourage everyone to join. It's a developmental program, as you would have heard my colleague said. So we're looking forward to welcome everyone and anyone once you're between the ages of 18 and 30. We in St. Thomas would sure welcome you. The spots are available, parish ambassador, attendant, even if you wish to sit on some of our subcommittees, because we're always looking for persons to work in our subcommittees. So join us for 2025 in the program.
You're looking for people in St. Andrew too?
Of course. Of course. Just know I'll be coming. CC is coming to find you.
All right, that's good stuff. Again, congratulations to all of you. Great to see the mix of colors here on the couch. And I know it's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a level of effort that some people do not understand, particularly when you're not getting a paycheck. At the end of the day, it means that you have to delve into your own personal resources, not only financial, but other ways to make it happen. So thanks to you. Congrats to your various committees as well, and to all of the residents of the various parishes who have supported you throughout the entire tenure. All right, it's time for another break. We're moving today breakneck speed on Morning Barbados. So much more is coming up. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home.
$7.20 in the land. It's time for you to guess that location. Throughout this month, every Friday, we've been giving you some very interesting spots in Barbados. All you have to do is call us up, 228-5562 and 228-5563 for a chance to win. That's right. So you're calling us and telling us what the location is. Okay, take it away. Let's see the video and see if you can guess this. Where is this? Can you guess that location? Can you? Call me, 228-5562, 228-5563. Guess the location. And so much of the time we move across Barbados and we feel like we know these places, but look at that. Wow, how gorgeous, how beautiful. Can you guess this location? And we really are getting up close and personal. If you think you know where this is, call me up and tell the rest of Barbados where it is. Sometimes we take for granted how beautiful our island is. So let's go to the phone line. Good morning. Tell us where you're calling us from and what's your first name.
It's Gun Hill Signal Station.
I didn't hear that, guys. Nothing on
Gun
the
Hill
floor.
Signal Station.
All right, you're at Gun Hill. You're saying this is Gun Hill Signal Station?
Yes.
Are you absolutely sure?
I'm sure.
This is not Gun Hill.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Did you know that Gun Hill is in St. George? Inland? Like, this is right by the sea. But that's an interesting guess. I never would have said Gun Hill. All right, so let's take another phone call. That one surprised me. The answer. All right, so call me up and tell us where this is. It definitely isn't Gun Hill Signal Station. So where do you think this is? You can see what it is, of course, and you know what these things were used for in the past, right? All right, so let's go back to the phone line and see who's there. Remember, you're calling 228-5562 and 228-5563 for a chance to win. Let's see who else is on the phone line. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Where are you calling us from?
St. Lucie.
St. Lucie. Do you know where this is?
Indeed, I do.
Tell me.
The Harrison's Point Lighthouse.
It is absolutely the Harrison's Point Lighthouse. Have you ever been there?
Yes, please.
All right. What's the most beautiful thing about the Harrison's Point Lighthouse?
The architecture, then the landscape about it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Congrats to you. And you are calling from where in St. Lucie?
Well, I'm originally from St. Lucie, but I'm not in the parish at the moment.
Oh, he's out and about. I'm not going to sell out your business on national TV. That's okay, but thanks for calling. Have a great weekend and happy independence.
Thanks, same to you.
All right. Make sure you're tuned in next time around to guess the location.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Okay, I'm having some conversations here behind the scenes with some of my friends who came back to just say hey this morning. So a special good morning to Josiah Gibson and Jahaden Ward. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Look over here, Jahaden. Stop looking at yourself on the TV screen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mom, and good morning, Barbados.
Good morning, Jahaden.
Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Barbados.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Stop looking at yourself. Look over here. Look over here, Jahaden. Of course, you're representing St. Joseph Primary School. What's the best thing about St. Joseph Primary School?
That I get to learn new things at my school.
That's excellent. And another good thing about St. Joseph Primary School is you came second in the Beacon of the North Calypso competition for the school, right? You came third?
No, he came third. Please. He came third.
You came third?
Yes, please.
All right, good stuff. So congratulations to you and the school.
Thank
you.
you.
Performed a rich song, Jahaden.
Not Missing Me.
Not Missing Me? Yeah, by
Yes,
Biggie
please.
Irie. Did you know the song before?
No, please. I had to learn it.
You learned the song. Was it fun learning the song?
Yes, please.
What about the competition? How was that?
It was fine.
It was fine?
Yes,
Were you
please.
nervous when you had to go up on stage?
I was nervous at first when I was under the tree, but I wasn't nervous when I went on the stage.
Were there a lot of people?
No, please.
There weren't a
Not
lot of
to me.
people there to see you performing?
Yes, please.
Because I know there were a lot of people.
It doesn't
So weren't you
look like a
nervous
lot.
in getting on stage to talk to all these people?
No, please.
Yeah, you're just natural performer. Yes?
Yes, please.
I can tell. All right, what about you, Josiah Gibson, representing for Hildeskeen Primary? You are the winner of the competition, and you performed Nice and Easy, a song done by Lorenzo. Did you know that song before?
No, please. I had to learn it.
All right, congratulations to you, Josiah.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk about the experience. How did you feel going up on stage?
It was nice. I performed in front of a lot of people before, Junior Monarch. And I went to this Calypso competition before, so it was, yeah.
That's a breeze, right?
Yeah.
This is a sharp lineup. Did you get this lineup just to come see us at Mornin Barbados? Yeah, or this is like a normal thing. Your hair
This
is
is a
always
normal thing.
Normal thing. Listen, lines are sharp and all that. Yeah, so you know, what was the best thing about the competition? Outside of the fact that you won, you know, what are some of the ways that you enjoyed the competition?
Well, I enjoy singing in front of all the school children and the parents. I was with my friends. I talked with my friends a lot. They're congratulating me when I came off stage.
Good stuff. What was the response like when you went up on stage and started singing the song? Because I know you have the moves.
Big response.
Were you surprised, or were you like, huh, this is what happens all the time?
Just that's what happens all the time.
Yeah, because you guys are just stars. For Jahaden is not feeling 100% today. Have the sniffles going on, right?
Yes, please.
Are you taking anything for that?
Yes, please.
Cough medicine?
Yes,
That's good
please.
stuff. And then you showed me that you grated your foot. How'd you get that? You fell down? Was this before or after the competition? Because this
was after.
Oh, because I was saying that might have hurt your chances, man. But anyways, you did well in coming third. So how do you feel about coming third?
I feel pretty thankful.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thankful is a great feeling to have. You know, are you thinking that maybe now that you've done so well in this Beacon of the North Calypso competition, maybe we can see you at Junior Monarch this year as well? Maybe?
Yes, please.
All right. So you love singing soca, or do you like other genres as well? Other types of music?
Other types of music.
Like what? Reggae and... No? What types of music do you like? R&B, rap?
Rap.
You like rap? All right, interesting. So, but for Junior Monarch, you have to sing soca. Yeah?
Like tomorrow.
No, like next year for Crop Over. But I'm sure they'll be looking for young people like you to participate, okay?
Yes, miss.
All right, it's so wonderful to have you with us. So third place going to Jahaden Ward of St. Joseph Primary. First spot for Josiah Gibson of the Hilda Skeen Primary, participating in the Beacon of the North Calypso competition. Congrats to the entire school. I know that it started out as just a competition with the students of the primary school. What's the name of the primary school, Peter? Pardon? Half Moon Fort Primary. Thank you, Josiah. Peter was no help. And now it's grown to a competition that kind of includes many of the primary schools. So thanks for coming, guys.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on a sadder note, the young lady who took the second place could not come out this morning because, unfortunately, I'm being told of a death in the family. So our humblest condolences, our deepest condolences to you and your relatives. But still, congratulations to you as well for performing so well in the competition. All right, time for another break on Morning Barbados, but stay with us because coming up, you get a chance to win a ticket to Soca Goes Gold 6.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about...
Girls coming to the school really change the atmosphere of the lodge school. So boys who once were tough, boys who used to play at lunchtime, with the arrival of girls, these guys just simmered down, and they used to bring to school a deodorant called Body Mist.
Sundays at 5:30 p.m., repeated Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
On November 30th, get ready for a night of phenomenal performances. Get ready for Soca Goes Gold 6, brought to you by the Eden Lodge Youth Charitable Trust. Proceeds in aid of their 2024 Christmas feeding program. CBC is a proud sponsor of Soca Goes Gold 6.
Where are my massive up there? Show me a hand every day. Oh.
So persons would have been exposed to all the elements, particularly if you are, in the house and the roof blew off or the wall started to fall down or something, you're exposed to the elements.
Stories of Barbadian communities as told by her people.
Many of the plantations were destroyed. Eyewitnesses indicate that the landscape was like that of a desert.
My Community, Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Repeated on Wednesday at 1 p.m.
My Community, brought to you by the People's Market in Tudor Bridge. We do it right. My Community, on air and online.
As Barbados is very small and land is precious, what would you do to protect it and make it pretty?
What I would do to make Barbados pretty and protect it is to plant many trees and put up many signs saying to not litter.
I would consider building highways, apartments, and so we will have more land to build parks for our fun.
I would make sure they have a lot of green spaces full of trees, flowers, and bushes.
We need to plant more trees because trees release oxygen and take in carbon dioxide.
I would plant trees and flowers around Barbados and make sure no one dumps trash on empty lots.
I would encourage people not to litter and also start cleanup crews to clean up the parts of Barbados.
I would start by planting trees, including fruit trees, and plants with colorful flowers.
My name is Alana Greenwich. I attend Bailey's Primary School.
Hello, my name is General Isaiah Torrance Short Barnett. I am a student of Bailey's Primary School.
My name is Liam Ashby. I am 9 years old and I attend Wales Primary School.
Here's a quick tip about collisions and injuries. If you experience pain after an accident, even after a few days, don't ignore it. Seek medical attention and contact your insurance company.
A message from the Barbados Police Service and the Barbados Government Information Service.
What are some ideas you have to keep the beaches and sea of Barbados clean and full of fish?
Some ideas I have to keep the beaches and seas of Barbados clean is the need for more signs about littering.
I will encourage everyone to carry their own garbage bags to the beach if they have a picnic or if they have snacks to put the trash in.
Instead of littering in the ocean and the sand, I will get a plastic bag and tie them to the beach umbrellas and store my garbage there. Another thing I would do is pick up any garbage from the ocean.
I would encourage the ships that come into Barbados and also the cruise to anchor far away from the coral reefs.
To not use any plastic products at the beach so we won't harm any fish and sea turtles.
Pick up trash including plastic bags or plastic bottle wrappers from the sea.
I would organize programs to ask people to help me clean the beaches, and I would educate the fishermen so they won't overfish, because if the fish one month, they can't fish the next month because the fish won't have enough time to replenish.
My name is Zelia Brathwaite Wood. I am 9 years old and I attend Wales Primary School.
My name is Evan O'Neill Payne. I go to Bailey's Primary School.
My name is Kenna Robertson. I'm 9 years old and I attend Wills Primary School.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
On November November 30th, get ready for a night of phenomenal performances. Get ready for Soca Goes Gold 6, brought to you by the Eden Lodge Youth Charitable Trust. Proceeds in aid of their 2024 Christmas feeding program. CBC is a proud sponsor of Soca Goes Gold 6.
All right, so it's time for you to win, and win big. All you have to do is answer one question, and you could get a ticket to go to Soca Goes Gold 6. I wanted to put my fingers up, but that was a little weird with all this paper in my hand. So you get to call us on 228-5562 or 228-5563 and answer this very simple question. Name the band appearing with Destra at Soca Goes Gold 6. I know you've been hearing the ads. We played it just now. You have to do a little bit of research. Now, I'm told there are going to be some pop-ups that will be coming up. There's going to be one today. There's going to be another one tomorrow. So make sure you get on out because you could get a chance to win at those pop-ups as well. I'm actually hosting the pop-up that's coming up later around 5 o'clock this evening. So remember, you can get your tickets at CS Pharmacy, Broad Street, Lucky Horseshoe at Warren's, Worthing and City Centre Mall, as well as the Tavern at Bagatelle, Abbeville Ice Shop at Sheraton Mall, Forever Blessed on Tudor Street, Saul Warren's, Rubis Coverley, Oasis, Massey Worthing and Massey Sunset Crest as well, Empowered at Sky Mall, A&B Music on Wildy, Sports and Games at Independence Square, ticket links online, and that's spelled with a Z at the end, Linkz, and the Eden Lodge Youth Charitable Trust office at 572-4170 or 851-7622. That is 851-SOCA to be able to get your tickets. So I am told there's somebody on the telephone line. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Barbados.
Good morning.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from St. Michael.
No name?
Patricia.
All right. I'll call you Pat. Is that all right?
Pardon? Yes, you can call me Pat.
All right, Pat. Have you been following what's going on with Soca Goes Gold?
Every now and then.
All right. I mean, like, it's all over the place.
Yes.
And, of course, you know of many of the artists who are going to be performing, right?
Yes, please.
Destra Garcia is one of those artists who is going to be performing at Soca Goes Gold. And she's going to be backed by a very special band. Do you know the name of the band that will be backing Destra? Pardon me?
Bacchanal Band.
Did you have to go searching for that answer, or did you just know?
No, please. Yesterday it was actually on Facebook, and I saw it.
Yes, you know that they call Destra the queen of...
Soca.
No, Alison is the queen of Soca. She's the queen of Bacchanal.
Bacchanal.
So it will, in fact, be Destra and the Bacchanal Band. I certainly hope that you'll be able to make it out to the show. Hold on. We have the beautiful Jackie in the back, and Jackie's going to take all of your information. So that is the answer. The Bacchanal Band is the band that will be backing Destra at the upcoming Soca Goes Gold 6 that is coming up on Independence Night. Make sure you go grab your tickets. I told you all of the box offices. And remember, the super early bird tickets are all gone. So you have to get the regular tickets now. It's a tight space. It's a beautiful space. But I mean, like, there's not unlimited space. So if you really want to go out, you want to make sure that you get out and get the information that you need to get your tickets. So go grab it, and congratulations. Who knows? You just might get another chance to win right here on Morning Barbados. A special good morning to the entire team behind Soca Goes Gold 6 coming up next week. That's next Saturday over at Bagatelle. So make sure you grab your tickets. Soca Goes Gold. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC Newsnight at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, it's 15 minutes to go before the 8 o'clock on this Friday. So we got some fantastic news a few weeks ago. This next song was released over 2023, and I think it really epitomizes where Alison Hines is in her career and how she's been aging. Like many of you beautiful ladies out there, she now has a brand new music video for her song Fine Wine. Of course, this particular rhythm was done by Black Man Chant, previously of 2 Mile Hill. And for Fresh Friday, we wanted to share the brand new video with you. Here's Alison Hines with Fine Wine.
It's the Cooper and the Queen of Soca, and this one is the answer. Oh Lord,
My great great grandmother passed it down. My great grandmother passed it down. My mother gets it from my granny, and mommy gave it
So
to
let me go.
me. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Born to walk up the big bam bam, stick it, drop it, and tremble. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. Caribbean girls was born with it. Born to wind up the big bam bam, born to make it look simple. They want to know how me bump I get so broad. Me mother give me this, but that's I thank God. This thing here real, man, this ain't no fraud. Watch how the men them applaud. Every time I pass, I make the men stare. One know if it's the food or the breeze in the air. When I step out in me tight gear, watch how the men them appear. Watch me twerk it and twerk it. We just work it and work it. Watch me jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Watch me twerk it and twerk it. We just work it and work it. Watch me jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Born to walk up the big bam bam, stick it, drop it, and tremble. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. Caribbean girls was born with it. Born to wind up the big bam bam, born to make it look simple.
So let me go.
Small bumper gals, please do not fret, because none of you we did not forget. Shake up your bumper and break a sweat. The men them still gonna check. The men nowadays them like an all. They like in big, medium and small. They both are fat or just to them all. Make the men them a ball. Watch me twerk it and twerk it. We just work it and work it. Watch me jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Watch me twerk it and twerk it. We just work it and work it. Watch me jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Born to walk up the big bam bam, stick it, drop it, and tremble. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. Caribbean girls was born with it. Born to wind up the big bam bam, born to make it look simple. My great great grandmother passed it down. My great grandmother passed it down. My mother gets it from my granny, and mommy gave it to me. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Born to walk up the big bam bam, stick it, drop it, and tremble. 'Cause we was born with it, born with it. Caribbean girls was born with it. Born to wind up the big bam bam, born to make it look simple.
Answer it now.
They want to know how me bump I get so broad. Me mother give me this, for that I thank God. This thing here real, man, this ain't no fraud. Watch how the men them applaud. Every time I pass, I make the men stare. One know if it's the food or the breeze in the air. When I step out in me tight gear, watch how the men them appear. Watch me twerk it and twerk it. We just work it and work it. Watch me jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, Watch we twerk it, yes, and twerk it. We just work it, and work it. Watch we jerk it. Cause this bumper got rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Cause we was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Born to walk up the big bam bam, stick it, drop it, and trip.
Definitely born with it. That particular video is on the bumper rhythm, doing big things. Alison Hines, congratulations to you and the team for putting that one together. Of course, that particular song, a lot of people of Caribbean descent have been using that as the song track to hearken to many of the Caribbean norms and cultures that we know and love. So we've seen a lot of that song. It's really taken off online on TikTok and on Instagram as well. Yesterday, we congratulated the Barbados team. We started by congratulating the Barbados team at the BHTA Taste of the Caribbean when we started earlier this morning. But they have been blowing up social media too, particularly Chef Adrian, who is team manager. And we've been stalking his social media page. This is how it's going.
It's another episode, then we out on the road. This is what we love, to celebrate, to celebrate. This is not Hollywood, no, we don't come out of pose. We just party with no restraint. From pillar to post, I just party the most. I behave in the worst. My conduct is so gross, 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 gross. From the time that I wake, I'm ready to bust the gate. You just get mash up again. Clap over, good morning.
That's not starting it, that's finishing it. Team Barbados way, but Chef Adrian is too funny. He's sleeping with the trophy, wrapping it up, kisses and all. Bring it home safely, fellas. We definitely are looking forward to having you here at home to share the experiences, and we truly are proud of you. Hey, time for our final break for the morning. When we come back, we're going to take a look at what's coming up over the weekend. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited, and the Cut and Drive.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, it's just 7 minutes to go before the 8 o'clock hour. I certainly hope you had a great week with us and you remember to wear your national colors today. I'm looking like a Barbados flag, you know. I'm loving it. So the blue pants and the yellow and my nice little Barbados, you know. So a lady gave this to me at the lighting ceremony. She just walked up to me. She said, I want to give this to you. I didn't get your name, but thank you so much. I've been murdering it for the season. So I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. So to all the people who are out there doing, you know, little pieces like this in observance of our independence and our Republican status. Good morning to you. All right, so coming up, there's going to be an event. Is non-denominational. It's called Uncompromising, and that's coming up tomorrow. Of course, we had them in on Morning Barbados earlier this week, telling us all about it. As a matter of fact, it takes place today, Friday 22nd, over at the LESC. And tomorrow, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., pastors, ministers, and Christian leaders will have a special session on board the Logos boat, the Logos Hope, tomorrow. Today is at the LESC, so you definitely should check out this Kingdom event. Now, you've heard a lot this week about the Barbados Archives Department teaming up with the group planning all of the activities in honor of Shirley Chisholm's centenary year, which is this year. And tomorrow is no different. So under the Division of Culture, Prime Minister's Office, in collaboration with the BTMI, the Archives Department will be hosting a genealogy marketplace tomorrow, Saturday, at the Barbados Archives on Black Rock from 10 in the morning until 5, and it's absolutely free. So come out. There's going to be a special Shirley Chisholm exhibition as part of celebrating Shirley 100 years project, and you're also going to get memory boxes, lifetime timelines, video montages. There will be film screenings, of course. There will be genealogy and ancestry research workshops, as well as traditional Bajan food, games, henna, and a whole lot more. Also coming off tomorrow, we're heading up to St. Anne's Fort for food, rum, and the historic cannons. Join us tomorrow from 1 to 9 p.m. for this big event. Immerse yourself in history, culture, and national pride at the National Armory Tour, rum tasting, and essential services displays, hosted by the Barbados Defence Force and St. Anne's Fort. You don't want to miss out on that. You have to register for the National Armory Tours via the NCF social media pages or by calling them. Spaces are limited, and you must register by today. 30 people per group. But again, space is limited, time is limited as well. But there's going to be free popcorn, free cotton candy, free snow cones, and a good time to be had at the fort. So make sure you get out to that and bring the little ones as well. The National Thanksgiving is coming up this weekend. Our faiths bring us together, united in peace and love is the theme for this year. So all Barbadians are invited to go on out and be a part of it as we celebrate 58 together, 58 years of nationhood with peace, love, and unity. And that's how we want to keep it here in Barbados. The Thanksgiving service starts at 10 o'clock on Sunday at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. So head on out. Everyone's welcome. They're asking us to be seated by 9:15 in the morning. Hey, Passionate Words Services is hosting a free book event for the family to give back and support local authors and also get readers into enjoying reading again. The mega book launch showcase will be happening at Radisson Aquatica Resort, and it comes off this Sunday, November 24th, from 1 to 6 o'clock as well. So you can check that out this weekend. Like I told you, lots and lots happening. And the National Task Force on Reparations panel discussion on resistance, resilience, reparations now is also coming up. Speakers include Ambassador David Comichong, MP Trevor Prescott, and Dr. Rodney Worrell at the Sir Hugh Springer Auditorium, Solidarity House at Harmony Hall. That's also on Sunday, November 24th at 7 o'clock in the evening. So you should definitely check that out, what's happening with the task force as well. So we are kind of straddling independence, but we're also getting into a Christmas mode. So from next week, you're going to see some nice decorations. We wanted to give you a little preview of what you can expect coming up next week from Kimberly Payne. This, of course, is a little independence motif tablescape that she put together that she's going to be sharing with us when she comes in next week, Friday. So you want to make sure that you check that out. Of course, she did that at Standard, who are the people who supplied all of these beautiful furnishings for us here at Morning Barbados. A special good morning to the team from Standard. They had an amazing launch last evening with the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. You'll be hearing a lot more about that as well. So coming up on Monday on Morning Barbados, International Day for Solidarity with Palestine. We'll tell you more about that. The 49th Sir Winston Scott Memorial Lecture on Global AI Policy and Regulation. We're going to tell you more about that too. Plus, a representative from the Barbados Transport Board will be in to discuss the new cashless system that is coming on stream. So you won't be paying cash with bus fares. Is designed to make traveling more convenient, far more secure, and efficient for commuters. So we definitely want to hear more about that. Plus, Mr. Andrew Loki, a teacher at the St. Leonard's Boys School, is making a difference in the way that he is engaging his students, and we wanted to share more about that with him. He will be here along with a few of his students. Plus, we're telling you about Uncle Mars Charity. That's all coming up on Monday right here on Morning Barbados. We also want to remind you that on Monday is going to be the memorial lecture that we told you about yesterday from Matthew D. Farley Memorial Foundation's annual lecture, the second one, and it will be presented by the Honorable Chad Blackman. That will be over at the University of the West Indies. You also have to register to be a part of that. On behalf of the entire team here at Morning Barbados, thank you for spending time with us. I want to say a special good morning to those of you watching from across the diaspora as well. You also have some services coming. You'll hear more about that too. Have a great weekend and be safe. See you on Monday, God willing. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.